Hello guys, welcome back to the Digital Marketing channel, and today we're going to talk about the elements of a gamification campaign. This is a part of a social media marketing specialist playlist, and if you want to check it out, the link is in the description. And if you would prefer reading this as an article, then that link is also in the description. Now without further ado, let's jump right in. Today we're going to talk about Octasis model, which is basically a model that is generated by gamification experts. And we're going to talk about 8 core motivators or components of an Octasis model. Number 1, development and accomplishment. Everybody in this world has this need to feel important and accomplished, and that is exactly what we are going to give them. That is going to be the motivator for them. This is the thing that all of the games in this world are made of. This basically relies on one thing: you must be able to accomplish, or you must be able to develop skills and accomplish something, and when you do that you feel good. How do you acknowledge that accomplishment? You're going to give them some sort of a badge or some sort of a reward so that they can actually acknowledge that they are good enough, that they are important enough, and accomplish this or get through this challenge. The second thing we are going to talk about is empowerment of creativity and feedback. So this is how it goes. When there is a challenge put in front of you, and if the challenge is really hard enough, you have to use your creativity to get through the odds of completing that challenge. And everybody likes to use their creativity to complete something, right? Imagine this: you have to experiment one thing or the other so that you could complete the challenge, and that is in itself is interesting. This is done not just to empower creativity but also give them feedback so that they could improve on that journey and respond according to it. So this is one of the key motivators behind gamification theory. The third thing that we're going to talk about is ownership and possession. When people feel like they own something, they want to make it better, and they want to own a lot more things. Let me give you a small example. You must have played Age of Empires, right? So you are going to create and dominate the entire world. That is the theory behind the game. Imagine that. So you feel like you own this whole world, and that is a good feeling. So you gotta make sure that you give them that kind of a feeling so that the gamification campaign that you are running is going to get ahead. This is a simple thing that Snapchat uses, having a custom avatar, Bitmoji, right? So every time you send some sort of a snap Bitmoji, you feel like you own it, right? Even though that Bitmoji is not really you, just cause you can customize it and make it like your face and your body, and you can change your dress or whatever it is addictive. You feel like you own it. The fourth thing that we're going to talk about is social influence and relatedness. This is basically bragging about your skills or bragging about whatever you accomplish in the game. This could be done by using leaderboards. Like you can show off your friends that you are the top person in this game in your location or whatever it is, right? So some marketing experts, what they do is they give, like just like employee of a month, you can give customer of a month if you are a restaurant owner. And a lot of social media branding techniques states that you have to post the best engaged audience and give them some sort of an incentive, like so that they feel connected to your brand and they feel good about being influenced by you or being connected to you. So this is social influence. Also, what is relatedness? So whenever people could relate to some sort of a place or an event, or people have a drive to move closer to other people or places or events that they can relate with, right? So find a way to relate with your audience. If your brand can give them some sort of an experience that reminds them of their childhood, they are going to be addicted to your brand, right? So this is relatedness. And social influence is basically social currency. They feel good whenever they accomplish something, and we are going to give them the feeling of good. The next thing we are going to talk about is scarcity and impatience, and this is one of the best working principle here. This is simple: when you cannot have something, you want it. So wanting something just because you can't have it is the principle behind this. Facebook itself did this. You know the story of Facebook, right? First it came out only for the Harvard University, and then it expanded to a few other universities. Whenever, the thing about this is, when this started expanding, a lot of people wanted to get in it, but they didn't have the chance to get in, like, and this was a big thing back then, because socially connecting to people in that way was really new, and that scarcity created the buzz. And when they actually released it worldwide, you know the rest of the story. The next thing we're going to talk about is unpredictability and curiosity. When we don't know what's going to happen next, when everything is unpredictable, people get curious and excited. This is why you even watch movies. You watch movies because you're curious what's going to happen next, and if it becomes really unpredictable, you get hooked into it. So you can use this in marketing campaigns as well. Make sure your campaigns are somewhat unpredictable and it generates curiosity. The next thing I'm going to talk about is loss and avoiding. People do not want to lose good stuff. That is why limited time offers, like whenever there's a big sale on Amazon, the sales go up, right? Why? Because they do not want to lose the money. They do not want to lose the opportunity to get something good, because if they don't get it, they feel like they have lost something, right? So of course it is a bad feeling to trigger in your audience, but it works really, really well. So basically we are going to put them in a situation where they have to act immediately or they're going to lose something of value. So this is the whole concept behind loss and avoidance. Final thing is a meaning or a purpose. You have to give them a meaning or a purpose. You have to make them believe that they are chosen to do something. You have to make them believe that they have some sort of luck that others do not. I thought about this a lot, and how do you use this in marketing campaigns? Is that exclusive offers to individual people. I want to show you something else, right? Look at this image. So this is the left mind and this is the right mind. So if you look at it carefully, left brain are extrinsic motivators. Basically, you're going to give some sort of an gift or something. You're going to give them something to keep them motivated. Reward is the only thing that is motivating them. Whereas if you look at the right brain, these are instinctive motivators. So basically, you're going to want them to seek appreciation for these skills, and you're going to indulge a lot of curiosity. And these kind of instinctive motivators are really good. Here's the reason: a lot of people just target on the extensive motivators, and what happens is when you stop giving the rewards, people are going to stop playing the game. But whereas when you do the instinctive motivators part, even if there is no external motivation for them, no rewards or whatever it is that you want to give, the curiosity or the internal drive itself is enough for the campaign to be successful. And I want you to focus more on the instinctive rather than the external. Here are some facts: scarcity and social influence does really well, and the conversion rates will be high when you do this. You probably might not be able to add all these components to one game itself. If you're able to do that, that is really brilliant. But then I suggest you to focus on a few. Probably one or two would be enough if you do it perfectly, or if you want to experiment with it, you can do all of them separately, together, do separate combinations and see which works well for your niche. So that is it for this video, guys. Hope this video helped you, and we'll cover more about social media, organic social media marketing in the next video, and we'll also discuss about a lot of social media contest ideas, and gamification is actually one of a contest idea, and I wanted to explore more about it, and these components seem really interesting to me, so that's why I wanted to share a separate video for it. I hope you liked it. Share it to people who might find this useful, and do subscribe for more content like this, and there are more coming, so do subscribe and hit the notification bell. And thank you, guys. I'll see you in the next video.